Good morning, guys. It is Friday the 13th, and we are going to have a great day in the stock market, I think. So far today, we're seeing stocks kind of rip to the upside with banks reporting pretty good earnings out there. I will say they surprised me this time. I thought maybe this earnings would finally be one where the bank stocks took a bit of a hit. I know that they're already very, very low, but it looks like the actual higher interest rates did help them this time, so that's good to see. I know overall that pressure has been kind of hurting these banks over the past year or so, but it's good to see that higher interest at least helped them this time, so we'll take that. And I actually went back on the banks a couple earnings reports back, and I was like, you know what, let's go see how they did the last couple times, and look at how the last earnings report, Bank of America actually had good earnings here too. They exploded to the upside and then started tanking back off a few weeks later, obviously. So even the earnings before that was pretty good overall. That day saw a nice pop up, but then over the next few days, it started trading right back off to the downside. Even the earnings before that, guys. It's like every single time that these banks report, they report decent earnings. Look at the big green day the last time, or whenever they reported last January, and then started tanking back off. So it's like Bank of America, I feel like, has had good earnings every single time that it reports, and then it'll go lower a couple weeks later. But it seems like it generally has decent runs to the upside off of these earnings. And I think that they're going to be really fun to watch here over the next, I would say, couple of days to couple of weeks, right? If these earnings do continue to move these banks up, which I think that they have a good potential to, it's going to be crucial to maybe ride this momentum here to the upside. So be ready for that. But so far today, SPY's been kind of recovering back up a little bit off of yesterday's bad movement. We're going to have to watch some of these overhead resistances here very, very carefully. I think 437 on SPY is going to be crucial. On QQQ, there's also some pretty big resistances coming up here, right around 371 and 372. If we do not break above these today, it's going to be very hard for QQQ to keep running. But looking at that hourly chart of QQQ, I zoom out and we're actually bouncing right off of the trend line here. So I'm curious, if we're able to stay below this trend, I think QQQ has a pretty solid chance to still go down. But hey, if we break the trend and we move up, hey, it's never bad to go bullish, right? The stock market usually is bullish. I'm wondering when we'll finally break this trend. Is this going to finally be where we break with the good bank earnings? Maybe it will be. So I'll be keeping my eyes on these very, very closely here. Good morning, Mike, Rick, Mason, Debbie, Manny, and John. Let's go. Whenever that SM bot starts firing away, I'm going to start looking at the plays coming in and going over it a little bit more, because I know a few people out there are pretty confused with SM bot, and I said that we would go over it today. Just remember, SM bot doesn't start calling out until about 15 to 20 minutes after the market opens. Then it'll start to fire off those plays a little bit more. But just popped open the kickstart. Sitting here loving this movement today. Let's get the watch list up. Crude oil's leading the watch list. Now that's a weird sight to see. Crude oil leading the way here today. Running up to 87. We look at the daily chart, and you can really see that pop, how it looks a little bit better. Oh, I gotta add this to my favorites too. Yeah, that daily chart's pretty big green candle on crude oil there. So I'm betting ZOM and Oxy are probably looking fairly decent right now, and they're looking fantastic. Look at ZOM. Really starting to get that momentum back to the upside here. I think there's a lot of potential to possibly play oil up. Kenny said, what about Boeing today? Wow, Boeing turned over hard. They're bouncing right off support. Boeing's a tough one here, I'll say. It's tempting to play the support bounce, but I don't know. It's been down so hard lately. That is a tough one, Kenny. I like Boeing, but it's down so much, and then we're right on that support again. If that support holds, It's not going to be good for those puts today. But if you watch it closely and you make it break below like 182.50, it might be pretty decent for puts. But I would actually almost lean to play the double bottom here on Boeing, but I'm not sure Boeing's the stock to play today. You know, it's starting to run down a little bit. It just has like no real momentum this morning. I feel like if we choose like one of these stocks with good momentum, like maybe some bank continuations, like Citigroup continuing possibly, or Asana, which looks like it's doing pretty good this morning. At least it gapped up. Maybe watch them for a possible continuation. I'm looking at X for a possible breakout if it comes in. I know X is a little bit of a slower mover, but they've been slowly but surely getting up there on the daily. Those banks are really hard to stay away from today whenever I'm looking at the market. Goog, Meta. Not a lot of big movers today, though. AMD is moving down, actually. Wow, look at AMD. It's actually a pretty stiff move down. Same thing for Nvidia. Uh-oh. Now, these are tempting for puts here. Like AMD, they're starting to break that support, or they're right at it anyways. They're not necessarily breaking it yet, but 106.50 to 107, give about a 50-cent buffer there, but it's like pretty big support. Are the China stocks, JD, looking rough. What about Baba? Baidu. Baba's coming back a little bit. There we go, Baba, recovering. I like it. The more recovery, the better. All right, here we go. SM Bot. We're calling out AMD puts right now, and I kind of like those AMD puts. So SM Bot always has multiple call outs going on, and sometimes it'll call out more stocks than others, right? And like if we look at the SM Bot right now, on the left side of your screen, you can see it calling out AMD right away. It called out puts, right? And then now it started to scale back those puts, and it actually took them all away. But we see Bank of America and RTX now on the list, and the way you'll use SM Bot is like a scanner. So you see it on there, you go over to Bank of America and you're like, holy shit, Bank of America's breaking out. If you were looking to follow this momentum, you would hop into some quick calls really fast. But it's always important to eye up the chart and see, hey, what's going on here charting wise? Like, should I enter right now? Are we about to hit resistance, etc.? It looks like on Bank of America, there's a pretty big resistance up around 28. And then there's minor resistance right here where we're sitting right around 27.65. Now, this is a bank stock. So keep in mind that, you know, Bank of America running from 27.65 to 28 will actually be a pretty decent move for options. So if you did try to trade this, I would try to trade it getting all the way up to 28 with a target there. And it's getting shown, you know, that there's a lot of momentum on Bank of America that SM Bot is calling out. You know, it's not something where you have to sit here and you have to play the exact call out that's going on. If it's calling out Bank of America October 23rd, 27 strike calls, you could maybe go with something else. You could maybe go with the 28 calls or the 27.50 calls, or 28.50 or 29 even maybe, if you really, really wanted to. If you're scalping it really quick, you don't have to go with the exact options that it's calling out. Because like, look at AMD, it's calling out multiple. People would say, well, which one do I pick? And that's the thing, you don't have to trade these. It's just showing you the actual momentum itself. Now, you could trade one of these specific ones, and it would make sense, you know, with AMD, if it's going down, to maybe trade the 107 strike, like was being called on the SM Bot. So sometimes you can. It's just, you know, you don't have to trade that strike exactly the same every single time if you're looking at SM Bot. You see JP Morgan calls now being called out on SM Bot, 3 of them in a row. Go over to the 1 minute. We see banks flying up this morning. I mean, it's been a great morning for banks. We all know it. Running up to 152.50 now. Wow, that hourly's crazy. How'd the last earnings go for JP Morgan? Oh, wow. Look at earnings last time. It ran up and then ran back down at open and then recovered back the next few days before finally going lower. It's great to see them up here, though. 152.20. This is getting really close to resistance, though. I would be very careful playing this one at this point because it already had this humongous move to the upside, right? Like, you don't want to really chase something that is already up that much. Now, if it was like right here and we were getting the JP Morgan call out, then that would be a different story. But with how high it is already, I would kind of discount the JP Morgan one there. Now it's Goog. RTX is being on there a lot. So are these defense stocks starting to go a little bit today? Raytheon. What about Lockheed Martin? Amazon, John said. Okay. Amazon did okay and then coming a little bit lower now. SPY's holding up. Hitting resistance, though. QQQ is getting choppy. Choppy here. Let's go back to AMD because I was really liking those puts on AMD earlier. I think we just need a little bit of confirmation to get a continuation down. And then I think AMD would be a great one to keep on the radar all throughout the day today, just waiting for that low of day to break. Looks like right now it might try to test it. Could be a great possible play. NVIDIA, like it. Let's go. Got Google on the SM bot. Not a lot of momentum now. The SM bot seeing that a lot of stocks are starting to consolidate after that early morning move. Google's pulling back ever so slightly. Getting the pop back. Maybe it'll stair step up. So far, though, it's been pretty slow overall. Draw the trend out here. Do this. Make it simple. These setups get kind of fun sometimes. Hopefully we can break this to the upside and it doesn't turn out of this. What is this here? Calendar. Too bad they don't have any news on the specific stock. Bring up the watch list again. What's leading the way now? Is still crude? Okay, now it's more like it. JP Morgan. There we go. Citigroup. Looking a lot better. Now, they're not breaking out by any means, but they are at least leading the way now, higher than crude. ZOM was looking great earlier. Look at how ZOM is actually just about to break high of day again. This could be a great potential momentum play if we continue to see this momentum keep up here. See, it just started turning over. It needs to break that high of day again, where it's kind of, it's almost double topping. Almost. But I love oil for these possible continuations today. We have all that Middle East news going on too. Isn't today supposed to be some like specially bad day? I haven't seen anything yet. ZOM bounce back, Cade said. I think so. I think ZOM's going to bounce back here. It's looking great. Yeah, there it is. It's about to break high of day. Looking awesome today. Exactly what you want to see out of a bullish setup right here. Perfect. How's Oxy? I mean, I was going to say ZOM again. TLT dropping. Uh-oh. Yeah, just a little bit. Just a little bit. I thought you were going to say it was back down to like 87. That'd be wild. SPY's just holding up strong today. Nothing overly crazy yet. Hopefully TLT keeps moving up, but... What are you going to do, TLT? How are those yields going to go today? I feel like those yields have to come back a little bit at some point, like pull back. Go back out to the daily. US 10Y gave back like half the gains from yesterday. US 02Y, not as bad, but let's go to 20Y. 30Y. Yep. I'll give him back some of those pops they had yesterday, so I'm curious if they're gonna hold and move higher, or if they're gonna really start a nice downwards trend on yields here. And I hope that the downwards trend on yields happens. We need one. We need one. That resistance on SPY held up pretty dang strong here this morning. Oh wow, QQQ turning back. It's not really dying off, just slowly chopping down. All right, Citigroup looks like it had a nice consolidation point. If you're a bull, this would maybe be where an entry is a nice possibility because you're getting in on this slight dip. Doesn't mean it's going to necessarily hold and go up for certain, but at least you're getting in on this little dip. A lot of times these stocks will dip like that, move higher, dip, move higher. There we go, nice little pop back. Hopefully it can break that high of day again, but... The banks are they get super volatile after earnings, as we've been looking on the daily chart. They'll usually have some good continuations though, so hopefully tomorrow and the next couple days at least, it continues to have more green coming in. Who out there is happy with this movement today though? I know that there's got to be some bulls out there who are loving the pops back, right? Got to be loving it. And I'll say this, if you're a bull, we are sitting like right on key trend lines on the SPY and QQQ. If these trend lines end up breaking and the bulls take control and get that momentum back, it could be pretty fire. Have to see though, this is like the third to fourth hit on the trend. I hope that there's not any weird news coming out of the Middle East here. I'm not sure, you know, it's hard to follow. Besides just watching like mainstream media and then trying to look at X or Twitter, but then you never know what the hell's right on there. What the hell is this thing? What the hell's the Day of Rage? Is that today? Trying to look around and see if there's any like bad news that came out of today, but I'm not really finding anything. And X seems to be like, X is like really slow for me today. I don't know about you guys, but X has been really slow. Like, I don't even get to see some of the news that pops up on there. It sucks. Let's bring up the 4 chart setup. I think that'll be good to watch here. QQQ and the SPY going on. Wow, QQQ has a... Oof. I feel like this is pretty bullish, but we'll see what happens with the movement. These little setups get weird intraday sometimes. What do you guys say? Bullish wedge? Bearish wedge? Flag? Probably just a straight wedge. Palantir, take it easy. What's happening? Don't get him crushed. No, not Palantir. Rough. SM bot, JP Morgan calls getting called out a ton on there. So we're going to go eye up the chart here. JP Morgan's breaking high of day. I think if you're a scalper, this would be a decent spot for an SM bot play to enter. You know, JP Morgan's starting to run. It's getting good momentum here. Now, keep in mind, you got to be pretty quick, but I like the momentum so far. There is resistance that it's running into, but it has a lot of momentum. These banks have been flying. Always have stop losses in place. But keep your eyes on JP Morgan here. It's looking great on the SM bot. But we'll see if that resistance holds up or not. It's called it out 4 or 5 times here on the most recent one. So it's showing that that's the one with a lot of momentum. It called out SE 2 times. The more that it calls it out, the more momentum that there is in that moment. Now, that doesn't mean that that momentum's always going to keep going. Like with JP Morgan right here. It's starting to hit resistance and slow up just a little bit. So that can happen. It's best to find them like as they're breaking out. Whoa. This song is loud. Hang on. Skipping that one. What's up, Ponzi? Appreciate you joining up today. Citigroup at high of day. Yes, starting to break kind of like JP Morgan. Love that. P-Cube said they just sold JP Morgan. Nice. Were you swinging it this morning, P-Cube? Beautiful. Great swing. Hope you made out well on that bank stock. I was going back and looking earlier. Let's do it again really quick. I was looking at these earnings moves in the past on these banks because it's crazy. Like the past like 4 or 5 times they've just won. I'll look at earnings here in July. I mean, the banks just exploded on those earnings. Let's go to the next one. Go back to April's earnings. Let's see what happened here. So they had a big pop up early on and then fell off when the market opened. But overall, they ran up with earnings. And then the market opened and kind of fell back off, but fairly decent move there. The one in January was pretty nuts. This one, there was a huge dip at first, and then a huge recovery, and then when the market opened, it kind of kept recovering. So, pretty good day there, but wild. The earnings before that it turned Bank of America into a bullish powerhouse for like a month. So, watch that one. With how bullish these earnings were today, it might make these banks pop up a little bit. And it doesn't mean that they're going to run up and keep exploding forever. But like, look at how Bank of America here moved after this earnings report. It had a few solid green days, consolidation for like 2 weeks, and then some big breakouts come in. I like that these earnings were solid. I think there could be some decent continuations given how low these banks are. I don't necessarily mean day trade continuations, but I mean continuations over the next couple of weeks, right? Ooh, JP Morgan at that resistance, 153. Kind of rejected there a little bit. Bring back up SM Bot, still JP Morgan. I like ZOM, Wells Fargo, SE. Let's look at SE and ZOM. SE is really going here. 5-minute chart, they are exploding above highs of the past few weeks. Damn, SE, look at the daily of them. Got to zoom in a lot, though. It's a weird chart. Wow, they're filling the gap. I like this play with SE. This thing is fire here. Again, though, resistance coming up around 48, so a little bit worrying there. Made 600. Beautiful PQ. Hell yeah. Good shit, man. Well, I don't mean to say man, just good shit. I'm not sure. Hell yeah, Sean. That was a pretty fire play. You sold right up around the resistance, too? Beautiful. How much can these banks keep going today with earnings? I don't know. Now that they're all turning over pretty hard, I'm not sure I would chase them. JP Morgan broke that little trend line, or broke that little wedge we had to the upside. Let's see if that can keep going. That might be a pretty good sign here. How's AMD look? I'll say this. AMD puts look extremely tempting today. These look extremely tempting to me. Extremely tempting. This looks like I think there could be another huge leg to the downside. Love this type of setup. Just chopping along that trend, and hopefully it can at least drop to like 106 if it breaks here around 107. That would be pretty hot. But make it break this first. Make it break. And then look at those puts on AMD. I love this setup here. AMD's been pulling back hard the past couple weeks, so I guess it's just turning back over with some consolidation here. This is actually probably my favorite setup of the day that I've seen yet. It's hard to trade it down when the market's running, though. Look at QQQ just consolidate right on that trend that we drew. Look at these candles. I wonder if it's going to have a lot of consolidation here. Hopefully it doesn't break back through here. That would be shitty for the bulls. Great for the bears, but it could still go bullish. I'm just hoping it doesn't break the trend down. Let me know what stocks you guys are seeing this morning. Anything fun out there? What the hell? SPCE's up 5%. I wouldn't trade this one, but it's up a little bit, at least. Gosh, SPCE. Space tourism. This is a good hype stock, but that's all I'd use it for. All right, Microsoft calls getting called out 4 or 5 times on SM Bot right now. Microsoft calls. That could be a good one here. Let's see, Microsoft. How are you looking? Okay, you're about to break 333, right around 334. I like the call out by SM Bot because it had a ton of momentum, but it turned over pretty hard here. Within just 1 minute, right at resistance, it just failed to break, but it was about to get a good breakout going. It's been consolidating at that high for the past week. So this is one on SM Bot where what I would do is SM Bot gave me the alert, and I love the way Microsoft looks here, right? I would just create an alert right at the high of day. Simple as that. Create. If Microsoft runs up above the high of day, we'll get the alert. And, you know, maybe on a separate monitor, have your entry already all done up and ready so that when it does, or if it breaks, you can kind of ride that momentum. Oof, QQQ just broke right under the trend now, or right under that setup. Let's see if it continues to go crazy right here. Wow, what a volatile candle. At least on a 1 minute standpoint, but jeez. Pretty good movement here today. Classified needs Apple to pump. Uh-oh. Hopefully it does. They had a nice pump yesterday. Pretty good pump, and then fell back off. Right in the middle right now. I'm a little bit mixed on Apple myself today. This setup has me kind of confused here. It looks weird. Very weird setups. Yeah, like you have to set an alert and have that order ready, or else it just... You're just trying to set up the order then really fast, and then by the time you set the order up, you're like, oh shit, Microsoft just flew above the high of day, and now I'm missing out, you know? You don't want to miss out. That's the FOMO coming in, right? You won't have to have FOMO if you just have the order ready and have the alerts set. Good stuff, Sean. Is anybody in here today looking to learn SMBot? Some people yesterday said that they were looking to get in, but they were looking to learn it some more. AMD puts are really being hit on there. Hell yeah, guys. Look at how it broke below that trend. Like I said earlier, AMD was probably my favorite setup to the downside today, and I still stand by that. It looks pretty hot. We got that big candle under there, and I think it'll go even lower than this. Keep your eyes on AMD puts. They look fantastic right here. There is support, but you know, there's always going to be support coming up at some point. Every time. But let's hope it breaks. It's a solid move. Love that setup break in here. Let's go, AMD. Come on. That was a perfect little entry point right here when we retested that line. Come on, break that low of day. Get under there. Let's get down to 106 even at least, AMD, at least. Come on, 106 even would be nice. Preferably 104, but I don't think we'll get a sell-off that big. It's important to see what that overall market does, too. If it rips back, it's going to be tough for AMD, so... I'm hoping that the overall market can just stay choppy and AMD can just chop under its low of day here. SMH puts. I'm with you, Ponzi. The semiconductors have been a little bit weak past couple days. Yesterday, NVIDIA was pretty damn weak after that early morning run. Here we go, AMD. Let's go. How low are you going to get now is the question. They're awful expensive. SMH? Dang. SMH is a big ETF, though. All big boys took a hit at 10 a.m. Yeah, they did. I noticed that. I noticed that. Everything did. Even QQQ and SPY. Of course, because of that, but... It was pretty wild when I was watching it on the QQQ chart here. Started breaking, and then I saw that red come in, and I was like, what the? I was like, this looks like it's going to break back under, and sure as hell it did. Sure as hell. I would have preferred it, honestly, just kept running, but... I guess I'll take it for my swing, but... Boeing's still not doing anything today. chopping around. Probably not worth looking at. Bank of America pulling back pretty hard, I'd say now. Citigroup. JP Morgan. Let's look at that economic calendar. What came out today at 10 a.m.? Okay. Maybe, I think it was that Michigan consumer sentiment that sent us a little bit lower. Not that that's the only thing that did it, but that's going to be, I knew that that was on the radar for today, but at least the banks are holding higher. JP Morgan is. How's Citigroup? Citigroup looks pretty rough intraday. Coming back down pretty hard now after the earnings report, of course. Damn, guys. Those banks are really Look at SPY now. Really breaking low of day. AMD looking great. 106.27. Good shit, AMD. Great stuff. NVIDIA might not get to 1K for a long while. Oh, I love that, Ponzi. Rotating from tech to banks. The sloshing is getting weaker. Hybrid bots out, guys. Manny just put it out there for us. Ooh. I'm not going to give it away, but go check it out. Pretty weird. Market's been really choppy today, starting to get a little bit lower. The SPY could still go green here, guys. Even though it's pulling back, it could still go green on the day. But it's not looking good right now. We'll just say that. It's not looking too good. Apple, come on. What are you going to do for us? You going to tank back? Surprised nobody posted about the consumer sentiment. Oh, Mystic did. There we go, Mystic. Yeah, the consumer sentiment came in a lot lower, it looks like, down around 63, which is weird for this. Consumer sentiment's been falling off, and this was a pretty big drop that it's had. Granted, consumer sentiment was a lot higher, though. This year's been pretty bullish overall, and sentiment is still in, like, the mid-range, so. But that was a pretty sharp decline on the sentiment that time, I'll say that. Pretty sharp decline. If the declines stay that sharp, it's going to get rough, but I don't think that they'll stay that sharp unless the market falls over again. Like, if we see the SPY in about a month down around, like, 425, then I think, or lower, I meant, sorry, 425. More like 420 or lower, then I think that sentiment will stay pretty rough, but I believe that was also the sentiment for... Oh, preliminary. Okay, okay. Okay. That's a good one, then. There we go. Hybrid. Let's go. Text. I really like how AMD started falling over. Come on, AMD. Keep up the downwards momentum. Added SOXL puts. By the way, if you heard us talking about NVIDIA to 1000, it's just like a running joke that we have in here. Added SOXL puts. Nice. Looks pretty good. SOXL, just like SMH in a way, except even better, 3x leverage. I guess better or worse, depending on how you look at it, but... Looking at the SM bot here, Meta puts and Zom calls, guys. Zom. Okay. Damn it, Zom. Quit being choppy. I want to trade you up. Oxy looks pretty good, though. Little dip here. Maybe a dip buy for Oxy. Where's my dip buy players out there? Oxy's getting is tempting me for a dip buy. Good. SM bot also had those Meta puts for a minute. I like this with Meta. It's rejecting pretty hard. How low is too low? That's the question, but... Interesting day so far, but I've been liking the movement. I'm a little bit sad that the banks didn't continue up a little bit more, but other than that, I've been a pretty big fan of today. Friday the 13th, right? Wow, on SM bot, it is firing Tesla off on all cylinders right now with puts. And Tesla actually has a great triple bottom intraday, right around 256 even, like right there, just above it, like 256.10, 256 even. Watch that for that low of day break. If this breaks with how much it's starting to call Tesla on this initial call on SM bot, that could be pretty fire. So get ready, guys. Set up that alert here. Tesla, low of day. Maybe get ready to fire off the puts around maybe the 256 puts for next week. Quick scalp. That would be a quick scalp, though, guys. Keep that in mind, and you have to identify the break first. I wouldn't just run in. Exactly, Ponzi. Exactly. That's pretty good. What's this one? That's pretty scary. Pretty scary, but we need Zom to break the high of day, though. Just a lot of consolidation and chop there. All right, let's go back to the SPY. Gotta go back to our friends. Starting to break lower. QQQ. There we go. It's just a really slow chop to the downside, which is a little bit worrying for me, but AMD's coming back now a little bit. Saul says, I don't know what to play. Yeah, I mean, everything is very choppy intraday today. Like, look at AMD. It's been moving down, but unless you caught that big move at open, it's been pretty difficult. You could have scalped it right here really quick, but, you know, realistically, I doubt anybody did that within, you know, for like a 4-minute scalp. That would have been pretty quick. It would have been a good one, but you would have had to get that good, perfect entry like I was talking about at the time, right on that hit. Yeah, it's tough here today. AMD puts has been really on my radar, though. Maybe if it runs up into resistance, to catch it. VXX. Whoa. UVXY, VXX starting to move. Look at UVXY. Is the volatility coming in? There we go. The volatility's picking up. Hopefully there's no scary news going on here today. I sent my girlfriend to work with a with an HK VP9 and a backup mag. I know nothing's gonna happen, but she actually asked me for it, so I was surprised of that. She asked me to take it. I was like, okay, why not, you know? Don't worry, though. I gifted it to her. It's hers now. It's not like she's borrowing it. These 7 U.S. regions will receive $7 billion in federal funding to produce hydrogen. What? Apparently, SpaceX is having a launch here.
Purpose to make sure we get the complete performance.
This is pretty cool.
For that trajectory that Jar.
Oh, wow. 2 minutes till launch, guys. We'll watch that launch in a couple minutes. Hopefully I can remember. QQQ, come on, baby. Break that low of day for us. Let's go. Loving these puts today. What about meta puts? Come on. What about Tessie? It's so close to the low of day. It just needs to get that good push down under there. Come on, let's go, Tesla. Rutro VXX batting cleanup and gonna hit a home run, baby. Here comes the eclipse. What? VXX batting cleanup. Who's this today? This is like Bryce Harper? VXX is. Anybody out here watching baseball? That was pretty sick yesterday. The Phillies knocked off the Braves. I actually am happy they did it. Let's go. It's pretty sick. Knock them off. I like it. All right, SPY's starting to come up now off the low of day today. It actually got really close. It hit support. All right, SPY. Tom, check out TSLY. Good dividend stock. Is that the one that goes against Tesla? Oh, Yield Max Tesla. Okay. I have heard of this, Manny. I've actually seen this one. Yep. It is a pretty good one. I can't remember the exact... dividend on it. Let's see. Wow, it pays 57%. It better pay 50% though, because it looks like it's pretty wild. Like if you would have bought this one at the wrong time, hey, at least the dividend be paying you. So I like that, Manny. It's actually a pretty interesting stock. I have heard of this one quite a bit. I don't know though, like I haven't looked into how they, like what type of strategy they're using here. They say option income strategy. I'd be curious to maybe find out the exact strategy that they deploy, but definitely interesting with a 50% dividend. What worries me a little bit with this one is that if we look at it in 2023 since the beginning, uh-oh. Tesla, guys, breaking down under. Watch Tesla. Let's go. Yeah, look at that. It's actually right on pre-market lows at 255.80. Better not pop back up. Watch it. It's going to fake and then run back up here. Watch. SPY's still on that support. Need QQQ to get a little bit lower for us. There we go, though, QQQ. Keep it up for us. How's AMD? Ah, it's trying. It's trying, guys. It's trying. It's trying to make me happy. How can you see pre-market and trading view? Is there a setting for that? Yeah, Carlo, let's see. I think you just click this little settings tab at the top right that says chart settings. You just click that, and then this comes up. And whenever this comes up, I believe you'll go to trading. Nope. It's one of these. Hang on, I'll find it for you. I'll find it somewhere. Maybe I'm not in the right spot. It's one of these, though. What the hell? Ah, here we go. Session. Right here. Extended trading hours. This is it. Under symbol, and then data modification session, extended trading hours. And then I have the red to show me pre-market and the blue to show me post-market or after hours, I guess. Adjust data for dividends. No, I'm good. I don't want to be worrying about that. Believe that's it though, Carlo, right there. Believe. It's gotta be it. Twin Dad. What's up? What's up, guys? What's up? It's on the lower right corner of the chart, but it has to be a smaller time frame. The lower right. I'm on a 1 minute. I'm on a pretty small time. I don't see that down here. Down here, you can do other stuff, though, like right here, like countdown to bar close. Session. There it is. Session. Okay. That's it. There we go. Yep. That's what it is. It's right there. Good call. No, this chart right here is actually free. I don't even pay. Look at this. They keep wanting me to upgrade. I just see no reason to, because if I need to see anything, I'll just go on Thinkorswim or something, or just change a setting around or something like that. But yeah, they keep wanting me to upgrade. Here, watch. I'll try to put another indicator on and they'll say, don't do that. See, here they go. Time to upgrade. 30-day trial. Yeah. Yeah, it's a great free platform though for charting. Now, like I said, I'll just go to Thinkorswim if I need something that I can't find there. So it's not too it's not like they don't have too much stuff. Twin Dad said, I found ETH doesn't show if your view is over 6 minutes. Maybe it's delayed a little bit on Ethereum. I'll be honest, I don't trade any cryptos or really look at them too much, so I wouldn't really know on that one. I know that if you do ETH on here, there's a whole bunch. You can do the Bitstamp one. You can do the Coinbase one. There's a whole bunch. Like, let's say I want to do Binance's, right? Here's the 1 minute one on Binance. It seems like it's not working right. There we go. There's some movement coming in. Interesting. But going back to the SPY, turning back a little lower again, looking at that double bottom today around 434. Still holding up on support. Now it's hit it 2 times and it's been coming back a little bit. Will it finally break under here this time? I sure hope so. Meta looks pretty rough, guys. Having problems getting back above 322 right here. This could be a potential entry point for Meta puts. Love that. Looks great. Let's see SM bot. Wow, guys. Tesla put is getting called out a ton on SM bot right now. Holy shit. Tesla. Oh my God. That's pretty hot here. Let's go. I shorted Tesla at the top. I did not sit in the trade. Nice. Good shit. That's not bad, though. Don't forget, it's Friday the 13th out there. He's going to piss Greta off with that. How's meta? I'm watching this resistance so closely. I want to see another rejection, and that break of that low of day would be great right here. It would be near perfect. Hang on, let's see. Somebody messaged me about some Boeing that they have. Oh, let's go. All right. Sorry about that, guys. Had to help them out. Last pullback, 435.57. Good SPY puts if it pulls back. Yeah, that now it's triple bottoming right here at that support. The SPY support. That small support's holding up, isn't it? SPY recovering back up a little bit. Freaking support. Not happy with it. I don't want to see a support come in. What we really want to see is Meta just break the low of day, and we're going to actually place an alert. Oof. Come on, Meta. What's this support? 320 even is pretty big. Let me see Meta real quick. Hang on. All right, Spy, let's see what you got. Not liking this movement now. Everything's slowing up. It has me sad. What about you guys? Any of you guys seeing any big movers out there? Anything crazy? What about the banks? Are they coming back? Look at Wells Fargo. It came all the way back. I noticed it was at the top of the watch list. JP Morgan's trying. Bank of America. Wow. All right, Wells Fargo. I like that. I would take that. What's Shop doing? Diving? Oh, wow. Yes, it is. Nose diving. Dang, Shopify. Twin Dad said gold's looking good. Really? Wow, it really is looking good. Damn, it's holding up fire today. Wow, GLD with the comeback. Holy shit. Good stuff, gold. Look at how it's popping back up like it did in March of this year. Damn. What about silver, too? Nice. I need silver to go up. Hang on 1 second, guys. Let's see. Let me get a little video real quick on stat modeling. Uh-oh. Meta, breaking low of day. Let's go, Meta. What are you doing? All right. No fake outs here. No fakes. Come on. Get your ass down there now. Is it going to do a fake like NVIDIA? I like that move with Meta, though. Watch that under the low of day. If it breaks under here again and we get a secondary red candle here, it could be perfect. So far, though, that 1 minute candle that tried to break was just a really quick hit and move back up. We need to see another break now. Another one for this to confirm. I wouldn't confirm it until it breaks under again. Hey, I appreciate that on the music. I love that. I've been getting a lot of compliments about that music lately. It's been pretty fire, it sounds like. It usually gets us copyrighted, but, well, it's cool to have you guys in here, though. As long as you guys keep up the support, I don't mind taking a copyright. The name of this one. It says Lost Main Nightfall. But it says that that's going to be the same song for the next 3 hours, so... Actually, it's not giving me the name. That sucks. Huh. Alright, Spy. Just under the low of day. Watch it fake everybody out. This better not be a big bear trap right here. No bear traps. No bear traps. Damn it, Meta. Come on. How's those banks? Nothing still. What about Wells Fargo? They almost came back. They were actually almost green, which was pretty cool to see. James says, I gotta get into your Discord. For sure, man. Here. Here you go, James. I'll shoot you that link. There's the Discord link right there. Just hit that up. If you're looking to get all of our plays and everything like that, then follow this link and use code 2023 for a discount. 2 links down there for you. Discord's badass, though. An awesome community in there. They'll help you with just about anything you need. No problem, James. SPY. Gotta go back to it. Nothing too much here. Someone in Discord said, you think JP Morgan touches 149 today? That's like asking if you think it's going to touch 152 in a way. I think it will. Kind of looks like it will, unless this support holds up. But if this support doesn't, we're hitting 149 for sure. Let's go, though, guys. Pretty good Friday the 13th here. You know, it's Friday the 13th, but it hasn't been too scary. I mean, SPY's breaking lower, but other than that, it hasn't been overly scary. Oof, SPY. Is SPY going to go lower? I mean, this looks pretty damn convincing, guys, to move to the downside. It's got to. Looks very convincing right now. Meta is about to try again. That would be sick. Man, Tom don't feel very good today. He's hurting a little bit. For some reason, my shoulder hurts. Damn it. It's my shoulder that I have a torn rotator cuff in. Oh, it sucks. I must have slept on it weird or heard it at the gym last night. Let's do an update on my weight, guys, because I keep trying to gain weight and work out more and all of that. I'm sitting right at 130 right now. So we're sitting right on 130. Hopefully after this weekend, I could weigh in somewhere around like 132 or 133 or something like that would be preferable if we could. 133 would be just about perfect if I could be right around there by like Monday. But I don't know if I could get 3 pounds in 3 days. It might be a little hard to hit, but 133 would be a good goal. I'm really trying to push for that 140 here soon, because this winter I really want to be able to get to 150. I've never hit 150 in my entire life. I don't know, Carlo. I will never, ever use kilometers or whatever, or kilopounds or whatever the hell you guys use. Kilograms. I'll never... You can go on Google and convert it, I guess. I hate using kilograms and whatever that stuff is. What's the funny thing about the hawk with the kilometer? There's a really funny saying with the kilometers. Oh yeah, okay. It goes like, what the fuck is a kilometer? That's what it is. I didn't expect it to be that loud. Good thing I turned it down. That could have been rough. 43 kilos. Okay. Do not lose weight on the expense of your health. I'm trying to gain weight, man. I'm not trying to lose weight. I'm trying to gain, my guy. I only weigh 130. I need to go down to like... Or I need to go up to like 140 or 150. Hey, look at SPY, guys. Really breaking low of day now. Let's go. Let's go. That is looking fire right here. Yes, sir. Great movement. Great movement. $43. Now, you know what? Now I'm really wanting to know. Oh my god, this song. Way too loud. All right, let's do 130 pounds to kg. It looks like 58 kilograms according to Google, but I don't know if kilograms is what you guys even use. I don't know what you guys use for weight, but according to kilograms, it's 58. I don't mean that to be overly negative whenever I say I won't use it, but I am sick of people, like, making fun of us for that. Like, I'm just, like, I'm done with that, you know? Wow, what a sell-off on the QQQ, guys. Holy shit. Wow, what a move. Okay, it is kilograms. Okay. I thought so. I always see him do it for cars, like the weight of a car. You know, they'll say like a Ferrari weighs blah, blah, blah kilos. The thing that really throws me off is miles per hour is really what gets me. I know, Carlo, you'll get some good laughs out of me if you rile me up with that. You get some good ones. I love that one meme where it's like the hawk with the kilometer, though. Oh, I forgot about SpaceX's launch, guys. Shit.
Launch. T-minus 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5.
These are our
4,
puts right now.
3, 2, 1. Engine ignition.
Here's our puts.
And liftoff. Liftoff of Falcon Heavy and Psyche on a mission to a metal asteroid in deep space to study the building blocks of our planet's inner space.
Vehicles pitching downrange.
I will say, guys, it is a blast to be here with you guys every day. Hope you guys enjoy it.
There on the camera, on the booster. Beautiful shot there as it goes through the clouds.
All right, there we go. Got the launch with that, so just wanted to see it launch off. Thought that was pretty sick. Look at that QQQ, though. Just beautiful. Beautiful. Beautiful, beautiful. Pretty good. QQQ looks fantastic. I can't even quit saying it looks fantastic. It looks too good. It's just been such a good day to the downside. I don't know how else to react. It's been fire. I mean, we've been watching it. We've been waiting for these breaks to happen. Once these breaks happen, I mean, we're talking just insane moves out of meta, out of everything. Let's fucking go, guys. Let's go. Hang on. What's going on here? What's the word for this again? The main October chain, I guess, is the main chain for October is the Hang on 1 second here. Hold up. How much do I think SQQQ will go? I mean, I would say it's getting to the point of the day where it's going to start to slow down here at some point. Like, SPY's not going to keep selling off like this all day. Is it possible? Yes, but do I think it'll continue like this all day? I mean, probably not like this, right? But looking pretty good so far. I mean, it has a good chance to continue down. Just at this point, we got to expect some type of uptrend to come in. Even if it does continue down and go later, like around lunchtime, I think there'll be some type of chop. You know, kind of like maybe during like these chop fests here. Something like that. coming in to these stocks to the downside. How much do I think overall? Okay, let's see. Overall, the big thing is to look at QQQ itself, because that's what you really have to see is like, where is QQQ going to hit support, right? It looks like there's support actually right here, right where it's hitting at 366.80. Decent support on QQQ. It'd be nice to get to 366 though. If it got to 366, that's probably where I would exit today for sure. And SQQQ would probably get to like 1940 to 1960 if that happened. 1930 maybe. I wouldn't look up too much higher than like 1920 though today. Unless there's just like a massive sell-off, which that could happen. There could be a massive sell-off coming in. Boom, nice. Bomb had a nice play in the chat today. I like to see that. Nice 180%er, nice. That was fire. That was awesome, though, that move down. Now it's coming back a little bit, but looking great. Gold is running strong. Still? Wow, GLD. The fear is growing. Old man Gold said, say what? Whoop. That's hot. I've been loving this with gold. This is fire today. Moving up amazingly. I want to see the correlation. Moderate correlation, but... The fear is growing. Old man Gold said, say what? I love that. Black Friday too. It won't stop until they halt the mofo or the Momo. Interesting. Ponzi? You're putting up the axe and the pig. Are you putting up the slaughterhouse? Is that what you're doing? Pigs to the slaughter today, huh? Come on, Spy. What a move. What a move. To the downside. Hey, I don't want to say your name wrong. It's either Malik or Malik. I think it's Malik, but... Or maybe not. Maybe I'm saying it wrong. I just don't want to pronounce it wrong, but... It's in the premium Discord is where we're doing some of those call-outs, Malik. Got into some SQQQ calls, meta puts. Pretty fire today on those. But they're in the Discord, in those premium channels, but... Man, that QQQ sold off hard. This is a weird consolidation here at the low of day today, too. Some weird chop going on. It's almost like... That is really weird chop. Kind of reminds me of that low of day from yesterday. Before we had that little dip back to the upside. I'm not saying it's going to run back up again, but... Definitely some interesting consolidation going on here on the 1 minute chart. Thing got really flat here. Chainsaw Massacre, yeah. It is like a chainsaw massacre, isn't it? All right, Meta, turn back for us. Hit it 320 and go back down. Is there another bond auction today? I did not hear about that, but there could be, I guess. I haven't heard about it, but... There definitely could be. I have not seen that myself. Wow, did Activision get done? This is pretty big. Wow, it's done. Let's go. They're saying that they're going to bring the all these big games to the Microsoft Game Pass, which is pretty big. That's a pretty big deal. Yeah, really big deal. QQQ getting lower again after that consolidation. Look at that. More movement to the downside. Love this play. Too perfect, baby. This is looking fire here.
Let's suppose that you were able every night to dream any dream you wanted to dream. And that you could, for example, have the power within one night to dream 75 years of time, or any length of time. And you would naturally, as you began on this adventure of dreams, you would fulfill all your wishes.
Let's see how this goes. QQQ coming up off lows a little bit here today. Pimp hand is solid. The pimp hand, what? King Dala and Old Man Gold kicking ass and breaking hearts. Yeah, the DXY is really going, isn't it? Sheesh. I'm surprised gold's following the dollar up here, but... I'm glad. It's been a little bit iffy with gold lately, right? It's been all over the place, so I'm glad that it's moving up today. Finally, getting some fear coming in, following the dollar. There we go, gold. All right, If you're in the SQQQ premium swing, we are out. That was fire today. All right, guys, sorry about that. Just had to get that play nice and close. Had to get those orders out there. Had to get them filled on that specific play. You guys probably heard the alerts firing off, but let's go, guys. Pretty fire play on SQQQ. Sorry, it got quiet there for a minute. Like I said, I had to get that going, but I wonder how much lower the market could go today if we're going to go any lower than this. I mean, this has already been like a dream move to the downside. Like, that's a pretty good move. It could go lower, but wow. Yeah, what a great move. That bot play on SQQQ was fire today, too. That was hot. That was hot. All right. Let's go back over to the banks here. I got to do a check-in on the banks. How are we doing, banks? Not the best, not the worst. Adding to my F puts. You know, that's actually not a bad idea. I've been seeing that there's more possibilities for the auto workers to strike. And apparently they're saying that they could just strike randomly at any time. Sounds pretty insane. Where was that news I saw with the auto workers? They said that they might go back in and say that they want more strikes on these Ford plants. Here we go. UAW warns of new strikes. New strikes against Detroit 3 without warning. No new walkouts Friday, at least. This is getting nuts how these people are striking like this. When are they going to finally fire them all? I mean, come on. Saul said, I thought you were going to hold it for more. Hold what? Are you no business trading, Saul? Is that you? Always hard to get the, always hard to keep those names right, I guess I'd say. I think that's you, though. But yeah, as far as the swing play goes, you know, swings, like, let's be honest, like, holding options for a long time generally isn't the best thing to do. You know, like, as you hold some, especially like SQQQ, if we get like one little pop here, that'll be detrimental to SQQQ's move, right? So I think just playing it safe and maybe like waiting for a pop back up intraday or something, or like waiting for a little bit more of a drop and then a recovery and then entering again would be a little bit better of a way to go here. But I just don't feel like, playing with the fire right here is maybe the best thing to do. So I just wanted to close out fairly quick, you know, 15%. It's not a ton, but hey, you know, it's a decent gain for a swing, and it came in one day out of a swing play that expires in December. So that's not bad, actually, for a play that expires all the way out December 15th. But I feel you know, you could keep holding it. I think it's actually still a good one to hold. I really do. I think it'll keep rejecting here at the trend. I just think intraday we're getting to the bottom and start to pop up a little bit more. What's SM Bot seeing right now? Let's see what we got flying around. Wow, they're, oh my God. SM Bot list is going nuts. NVIDIA puts are just getting hammered on there. NVIDIA dying. That's going to be funny if QQQ keeps breaking today. It's probably going to. It's a bloody ass day. Hey, appreciate it, Warren. Let's go. Hope you liked it. The bot play was fire today as well on it. It was amazing. Nice. Rookie Trader walked away with a whopping 3,000 profit this week. That's not bad, Rookie. Like it. He had an $800 play on Zom today, leaving 2 contracts for a possible runner. Beautiful. A lot of great profits coming out today, guys. Fantastic stuff. I love to hear that. Glad you guys were able to take advantage of a lot of this great movement today. I'm gonna get some Five Guys for lunch today. Look at QQQ going even lower now. Ha. Don't go too much lower. I don't want to feel bad for selling SQQQ. Don't go too much lower. I won't feel bad, but you know, it's one of those things where I will think about it a little bit. I'll be sitting here like, oh, but it's okay. You know, you always get those thoughts though, but once you do it enough, you know, you just discount those. You guys know what I'm saying though. It's like you sell the QQQ, it's just gonna run down to like 350 now or something. Watch it have like as big of a move it had this morning now in the afternoon. Now that would be nuts if it had another huge leg like that. Shit. Looks like it's starting one. That would put us down around like 363 or something. If that was to happen. Don't be scared. Never scared. Got those earnings. What about the earnings for next week, guys? We should go eye those up. Wow. These earnings next week are going to be nuts. Tesla, AT&T, American Airlines, Taiwan Semiconductors. Wow. Netflix. I should just say Netflix and Tesla. Those are going to be the big ones. The rest are all just kind of like, you know, just out there, I guess. Taiwan Semiconductors will be pretty fun to see, though. Big chip stock. I think they're actually the biggest chip stock in the world as far as, I think, producing chips overall. You know, NVIDIA might be bigger or something like that, or a couple others, but I think Taiwan Semiconductors has, like, the most foundries or produces the most or something similar to that. Kind of like how Ford, you know, Ford is like, I think them and Toyota, I think, produces the most vehicles worldwide, but that doesn't mean they're the most valuable car company out there necessarily. These earnings are pretty wild, though. It's going to be a fun week next week whenever Tessie reports, that's for sure. We even have some big banks on Tuesday. Bank of America, Goldman. The big ones were JP Morgan and Citi today. Appreciate it, Ponzi. Too much red today. Saul says too much red. You can never have too much red in the options market. Red is the best time to trade options. So much fun on red days. Don't get me wrong, I love my green days too, but red days you get some great movement. Great plays, great opportunities. So guys, I'm looking to maybe do some fun stuff here with the stream over the next few weeks. One thing that I really want to do that I think that other people would enjoy doing as well is what if we did a little poker tournament here on the live stream? Would you guys enjoy that at all? I don't know how, like, what type of platform we would use for the poker game, but I feel like some type of poker game would be pretty badass. Like, what do you guys feel? You know, maybe, like, we do, like, a little tournament, like, 12 people, you know, 2 tables of 6, and then those weed down until we get 1 table of 6, and then that goes until someone loses. Could be a pretty fun time. Pretty fun time. I'll live stream it for everybody to see as well. Could be pretty fun. Little poker tournament. I've been trying to think of some fun stuff like that to do. I think a poker tournament would be really fun. I know a lot of people out there know how to play like Texas Hold'em and stuff like that. It's not too hard to play, even if you're a newbie at it, but you know, maybe we'll do like $20 buy-ins or $50 buy-ins or something. I don't know. Something like that, maybe. Let me know what you guys think about that. You know what? I'll even throw a little poll up about it. All right, guys, I'm throwing it out there. Let me know what you guys think. Not one comment about the poker. Sounds like no one's gonna want to. No one wants to do it. SQQQ continuing 1920. There we are. And I'm not talking about the year. The GLD move doesn't even look that big, but my calls are up almost 60%. Yeah, you know, it is a big move on GLD. That's a huge move. When I don't know if you're looking at pre-market movement or not, but if you count the pre-market move, that's pretty darn big. You go out to an hourly chart, and it really shows how big that movement is. The hourly really makes it look bigger. It's a great run, though. Great stuff, Gold. Just fantastic movement today. AMD still running down. QQQ's getting slow. Don't forget the poll, guys. Don't forget about the voting in the poll. I know poker's not for everybody, but figured some people would love that. All the people who would love it probably aren't in here, of course. Next is a 1929 crash. Oh, Ponzi, come on. 1929 crash? Boy, if that happens, we're gonna have some problems up in here. Wow. Somebody had $2,000 yesterday and they only have $89 now today? Oh my gosh. My grandpa told me about it. Me too, Ponzi. My grandpa was actually born in 1929, and I always got to hear stories about the aftermath of it. He talked about, like, waiting in lines for food and a bunch of crap like that. Kind of interesting. Like, and he's like 6 years old, he would say, in like the 30s, about how, you know, they have to be like waiting for food, and then, you know, he had to go through World War II and all that stuff as a kid. Pretty crazy to hear about the stories from back then, isn't it, Ponzi? Really puts into perspective today. I'm sure whenever we're old, we'll be telling our kids, we had to live through Bidenomics, you know, or something. We had to live through such a harsh time, you know. But in reality, it won't really be that bad for us compared to the past, but...
But the dark future which never came still exists for me. And it always will, like the traces of a dream. Love. I wanted to run through the street yelling, to grab them all and say, every day from this day on is a gift. Use it well. Instead,
Snap cards. Two snap cards. Interesting. I don't know what that means. SNAP. AMD slowly coming back up now. Are we going to come back up a little bit here? QQQ's recovering slightly. There goes Ford. No way. Oh, you lied. I'm also keeping an eye on Ford in the short term for some puts. I think it could be a fun play. Hang on, guys. I got to refresh this page so it quits lagging. It's going to drive me nuts. And it's still lagging. Great. Oh, no. Now it's fixed. Perfect. There we go. Now it feels so buttery smooth. That's pretty funny. Yeah, Michigan report today was pretty rough. Those threats of more strikes are pretty big. All right, time to bring up the SM bot. What do we got? Midday price action here. Anything fun? Coin puts. Coinbase? Oh, interesting. Okay. Goog puts. Microsoft puts. Zom calls again. Zom calls again. The oil stocks. I like it. Maybe oil will keep going. You know, this is a good situation for oil in the short term with all the stuff in Israel and everything going on there. It's causing oil to get a nice pop back up. Causing a pretty nice pop.
say every day from this day on is a gift.
Has there been anything crazy yet today?
Instead, I got drunk.
Any events in the U.S.?
But the dark future, which never came, still exists for me. And it
As in any Israel shit or anything out there?
dream.
I'm gonna try to turn on Fox Business or something here. Or something around that channel anyways. I forget what channels they're on though. It's like, where I am, it's like channel 96 or something weird. Yeah, it is. Oh, my boy Varney. I'm just watching and waiting. Hopefully there's no bad events, you know. They said it's that day of whatever, I jihad or something. I'm not 100% sure on all that, but you know, I don't know how much it's going to affect anything either, but have I seen the movie Unbroken, a World War II movie? I have not. 2014. No, I have not seen this one. Interesting movie, though. Looks like it'd be pretty good. I'm a big fan of World War II movies, so I'll have to check that one out. I can't play any more movies on here, though. I played the Knight Rider theme song the other day, and I got clapped by YouTube for it. So thank you for that, YouTube. I was like, you know what, Knight Rider, it's from like the 80s, you know. I'm sure that they wouldn't care, you know, if we were using it. But they did. Speaking of that, we were going to try something. I was going to try to actually do something a little bit weird with... Yeah, never mind. Never mind. Sticking to Boeing. SPY starting to double bottom, come back up slightly. Getting to that boring time of the day now. I think that big initial move is about done, so I don't think we're going to get too much more downtrend today, but I think we could get some, just not a ton, but what do I think about next week, red or green? You know, I'm going to trust the trend line, and I'm going to say red off QQQ. You know, it's bouncing off the trend again, getting kind of low. I think we'll go red for a couple more days, and then we'll come roaring right back to life. But I think that soon we're going to start to see the yields start to come back down. I don't know when that's going to be, but I think that they'll be coming back down at some point here soon. So I'm not saying that they're going to come back down a ton, though. I'm just mean like maybe US 10Y comes and tests 4.2% or 4.4%. You know, nothing crazy, but Hulk, smash the like button. Appreciate you, Xbox. Should have had people do it sooner. Be green Monday after today's historic crash. Jerome will have to do emergency cuts. Today's historic crash. Where's the historic crash at? I hope you don't mean this. Yeah, it does not look good at all today. It's rough. A very rough day out there. I think a lot of people were expecting green today, and I think a lot of people got kind of trapped off of yesterday. I don't know. I was pretty surprised that there were as many bulls heading into today as there was. There was a lot. But we're going to end the stream here, guys. I appreciate you guys sticking with us today. It's getting to be that point of the market where the SPY is starting to go a little flatter. Probably a good time to hop off and grab some food and get everything like that sorted out. I'm starving. I probably lost 3 pounds during this stream today. Xbox is glad they slept in. Why? There was so many good opportunities, Xbox. Go check out the Discord today. Man, there was a ton of people posting profits in the discussion channel. The premium plays were on fire today as well. Today's been a great trading day, man. Great opportunities, but if you're a bull, I guess it was a good day. But, all right. Sorry, I gotta end this here, Xbox. I feel bad. But I appreciate you guys. Enjoy your weekend. See you guys next week. Anybody new here, I go live every morning at Market Open. Give us that subscribe. The subscribes really help us out on here if you're not subscribed yet. It really does. But have a good one, guys. Have a fantastic weekend. Even the lurkers out there, have a good one. Let's go. Great Friday, though. Good trades overall. Great trades. Have a great morning, guys. Talk to you later. Of course, I'll be in the Discord, too, today, if anybody needs anything else, or we'll still be watching price action in there. Have a good one, guys.